Hello, everybody. I'm gonna get right into this one and then I'm gonna introduce myself again. Amelia. Hopefully, you can see everything, right? Trying to get this live stream up, which is not at the moment. Alright, some graffiti letters. If the camera angle isn't perfect, I will adjust it in just a minute when I can see it. I haven't touched an airbrush in like 4 days. So I'm warming up here. Let's see, are we up yet? There it is. Okay. Yeah, we can see. I think we're good to go. So, hope everybody's having a great day. It's Tuesday. I'm thinking it's Monday in my head because I wasn't working yesterday. To premiere in a couple of minutes here, about an hour actually, at 3:30 today EST, Eastern Time. The video doesn't have any commentary on it. It's just a straight through video of me painting a regular old shirt, but it'll be fun to watch together and chat live together and all of that, hopefully. I think it'll be cool. But that's a new thing. I'm trying it out. Hello from Oregon. Have you used a Badger 360 and do you like it? I haven't used a Badger 360. These are Omni 3000s, which I've said a million times. Badger's a good brand. I would trust their airbrushes for sure. I'm not sure which one that is. I still have not fixed this orange paint. It sprays super slow. A little bit of splatter technique in there. And let's do some white highlights. I need to shake up my white paint. Next we'll do this graffiti on this onesie here. And I got a bunch of other kind of boring things to do. Let's see, I have less than an hour left to paint before I need to stop, and we can all watch that video together. I don't want to be late for my own video. It's a gravity siphon, it does both. The Badger 360, is that like the Omni Matrix? I do have one of those, it's not right here. The Omni Matrix is one of these, it's the same body and same model, except this part right here will flip upside down, and instead of just a siphon tube, it's got a little cup here that you can put like I don't know, a quarter of an ounce of paint in. Maybe the Badger 360 is just a different name for the same thing. But look up Omni Matrix. It's this airbrush, but with that same functionality. And I do like it. It works well. I don't recommend it for if you're just going to use siphon bottles. Don't get the Matrix, because the little flange at the end that you can pour paint into, the little paint cup kind of gets in the way a little bit more than I would like. Yes, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, that's fine. I'm gonna move on. Let's paint this guy. Purple and yellow. Memphis Dior. Okay. Let's start with the yellow. This is gonna be hard to see too because the camera angle's weird. MEMPHIS. As always, spacing those letters out. Figuring out placement. Placement's fundamental. You get that straight. You get that first. Then all the details come in after that. But you got something in the wrong spot. That's going to be hard to fix later. Hopefully this camera angle is good. Good news for everybody. I have 60 more Omni 3000s, these airbrushes, on the way. It'll be a couple weeks before I have them, but I've reserved them, I've claimed them. They are mine. So we'll have some more kits available and in stock on the supply shop soon. I don't have an exact date for you yet, but soon. Alright. This stool is tripping me up. Get out of my way. I'm going to fill these letters with a bit of a gradient, leave the top of them white. That'll be fine. Okay, Farts Monopoly. Farts Monopoly. Excellent. I don't ask questions anymore. I just paint. Do you only sell one line or do you have a storefront online? Yes, I only sell online. Yeah, I just work for my own shop and sell shirts online. I used to have a shop in the mall and whatnot, but closed that down a while back. Takes longer to talk to customers in person than it does to paint their shirts. I didn't like that. Also got way too much attitude from people in person. Farts Monopoly. Okay. Black letters, purple shadow, stars are green, wicked clown style. Come on, people. Have purple. I think he wanted the shadow itself purple, actually. I can do that. When's the last time I learned something new about airbrushing? Like picked up a new trick or technique? Let's see. That's a good question. I need to think about that for a minute. I've learned a lot about lettering styles and developed some new styles myself and some inspiration. As far as physically, airbrushing itself, that's a harder question to answer. Getting nice, crisp, white highlights is something that I learned recently. Relatively recently, I guess. I need to look at the picture of this real quick. This is a particular design that I'm copying that I did. Okay. I'm gonna run out of paint. I don't want to say I haven't learned anything new, but it's hard to think of something particular that about airbrushing itself that I've learned recently. I've gotten a lot better. I still see myself improving. New techniques, I'm not sure. I guess that means I gotta go learn something new, huh? I'll tell you some things I would like to learn. I would like to learn how to do portraits better. I would like to learn how to paint on hard surfaces better. What brushes am I running? These are Omni 3000s by Badger. Sorry, I keep on looking over here. I like the Omnis because they spray a lot of paint. I like to paint quickly. Okay. Hi guys, you can just see me. What's up? BABYBOO. Please don't be distracted by my stylish hat. I don't like painting on pillowcases. Just a fun fact about me. Here's a cool vertical design. Mastered your fonts. Do you have any suggestions on how to master the dagger stroke? Well, the dagger stroke is pretty much the fundamental part of airbrushing. Every stroke that you do is a dagger stroke. So yeah, we can do that. I'm gonna grab a piece of newsprint here in a second and we'll go over it together. How about that? Basically, it's a balance of, let me concentrate. It's a balance of pulling back the trigger while getting closer to the airbrush, or closer to the surface itself. It does take a lot of practice, but again, it's the fundamental part of airbrushing. Everything that you do, every single stroke is a dagger stroke. So it is a worthy lesson. I'll show you some practice drills that I do. What's the size of the airbrush nozzle? This is a 0.5 millimeter, I believe. I think it is. So dagger stroke. This is a dagger stroke. It's a stroke that tapers into a point. You start fuzzy and it tapers into a point. And there's two things that you're doing to create that. One is you're getting closer to the shirt as you go along. And the other is you're pushing this trigger forward slowly, or you're letting it go forward slowly as you get closer. If I do one without the other, I'll do the trigger without getting closer to the shirt. You get just a faded out line. If I get closer to the shirt without pushing the trigger forward, I guess you still kind of do it. It just splatters. So you have to control your trigger while controlling your distance. The distance is the biggest thing. It's kind of a triangle shape to the shirt. Good way to practice that is get yourself some vertical lines and just do dagger strokes back and forth. You're going to suck and they're going to be over here and they're going to be all over the place, but go back and forth and just try to taper out that line at the other stroke. And you should be able to just eventually put them exactly where you want to. You'll see me use these every time I paint. If I paint a palm tree, you see me doing a bunch of dagger strokes here. You see me do water, you see me do it like this. And then I fade in the sides. Every word and letter that I create is a dagger stroke. There's not a whole lot of tips and tricks to make you better at dagger strokes, but I will say it is the most important part of your airbrushing. It's fundamental to everything else that you do, so get good at them. These loops are good practice. You want to do thin up and thick down. Keep them parallel. That helps you with trigger control and distance control, and then you can apply that by creating dagger strokes at the same time. So yeah, get better at them. Do that. What time is it here? 2:55. I have a hard stop in 30 minutes, and that's when we're going to watch that premiere video together. As I mentioned earlier, I have a video. It's not a crazy special video or anything, but it is a video that we're going to watch together, and I think it will be cool. What am I doing right now? Alright. Another graffiti design. Didn't really need to do that, but I did. I need to fill some paint up too. So yeah, I did if you go to my YouTube channel now, you can see that the premiere is scheduled and it'll be released in a minute. I did a shirt, just a regular shirt. It's like a 10-minute video, but there's no voiceover, there's no commentary, but it's a cool video that hopefully there'll be a handful of us watching together. We'll comment and chat and explain things live while I'm doing all that, and we'll do a giveaway. So somebody gets a free t-shirt of whatever style you've ever seen. Like, it's fine, and we'll do something cool. It'll be fun. And that's starting at 3:30 in 1 hour from, or actually in 30 minutes from now. You're right. It would be better as a beginner to exaggerate your dagger stroke a whole lot. I didn't do that well. And this is one of those things. It's probably one of the first videos that I'll make is how to airbrush. You know, how to do a dagger stroke, how to hold your airbrush, and how to manipulate the pressure and the trigger and everything. And we'll get into all of that. I'm gonna start making those videos like probably this week or next week. The actual real how to airbrush videos, not just watch me airbrush videos. I say every stroke that I do is a dagger stroke, and I mean that. Even the fills on the letters are dagger strokes. I'll show you that in a second. And all that means is that every stroke that you do tapers out and doesn't just, you never just let go of the airbrush, right? You're always fading the line out, pushing the trigger forward. And notice that no paint's coming out even though the air is on. It's because the trigger's all the way forward. You end every stroke by pushing that trigger forward. And I'm always painting about this close to the shirt. You notice that on my lines, I'm not back here getting fuzzy lines. I'm right there. Sometimes I'll nick the needle on the shirt. You shouldn't do that, but it happens. That's how close you should be, that you're making that mistake accidentally sometimes. Notice how many dagger strokes I'm doing right now. Every stroke of this crown. Of this wonky crown. Even this shadow. I need to do a thing. Dagger strokes, again. Fading up from the bottom. They're dagger strokes, but I'm coming away from the shirt. I guess it makes it not a dagger stroke, but it still tapers out. Instead of dagger stroke in, I'm doing the same thing with my finger, but I'm fading away. So instead of varying the amount of paint and the distance to the shirt, I'm just fading the amount of paint out. Notice my fills aren't just me scribbling with the airbrush. They're controlled strokes. My airbrushes are so loud right now. They're all leaking air. Yo, Dale, what's up, Todd? Air Todd. You gonna join us for the premiere in a minute here? I don't know what to expect as far as turnout goes. I invited Instagram. I invited everybody, but there'll probably be like 8 people there. We were just talking about our dagger strokes. Ba-dum. So my plan today, after this premiere video, is I got some black shirts to paint. And I'm going to record those and make a video on how to paint black shirts. And then depending on what the rest of the day looks like, I might start some official beginner level how to airbrush videos telling you how to hold the airbrush and, you know, the basic stuff. That's the plan, don't hold me to that. Sent you a PM on Instagram the other day. Okay. We'll have to look. I get so many messages on Instagram that I don't even see them every day. I have to set time aside to go through Instagram stuff. I'm not ignoring you, I promise. Okay. I've got some hearts to paint on this, which I'm going to look at again real quick, because again this is a specific design. Oh no, where'd it go? There it is. Okay, whatever. How to waste a lot of white on a black shirt. Yeah, pretty much. It's not that difficult. There are tricks you can do to make it better. Hopefully I'll be able to explain those. It's actually been quite a while since I've painted more than just every now and then a black shirt. It's going to be a graffiti design, so everything has to have a nice solid white base because it's going to have bright letters on top of it. It's pretty big. It's going to be okay though. It's not going to be that bad. I'm going to use a hair dryer to dry my paint while I'm painting it. That'll make things a lot faster. And I'm going to show you how to get a nice even coat of white instead of laying down this huge thick white base. You want to get that paint to sit on top of the shirt, not soak into the shirt. And that's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of paint. And it's going to make your design look better and brighter without so much effort. I hate pillowcases. I'd much rather paint on a black shirt than a white pillowcase. I'll tell you that. Doesn't matter what you do, everything's always going to look a little bit fuzzy. The hair dryer trick, yep. I've done just fine for the last 10 years of business, not even offering black shirts. Every now and then somebody will ask for them anyway, and I'll just usually just do it. Alright. I'm gonna paint one more hat. A cool graffiti hat. And then I'm gonna end this stream so I can get ready to do the video thing together. There's too much stuff right here. Bye. Let's pick a hat. We'll do the one that I dropped because that sounds cool. It's a scratchy graffiti style. Just some numbers. 757. I'm gonna sit down, you'll be able to see better. Hold on. I just charged more on black, yeah, for sure. Okie doke. This will be a fun one, and then I'm gonna end it, like I said. 757. Do you only do the graffiti designs, or have you tried painting examples, for example, comics and characters? I can paint anything. I don't like to paint everything. I've done all of that custom character stuff back in the day. I painted everything you could think of. At this point, yeah, I pretty much just do lettering and graffiti designs, because that's what I enjoy painting. There are plenty of other airbrush artists out there. If you're looking for an actual shirt made right now, plenty of other airbrush artists that would happily paint you some characters and have a lot of fun doing it. It's just not my style. Because I'm gonna turn on my projector and I'm gonna trace it with the airbrush, and then I'm gonna paint it, and then it's not fun. Make this 7 look a little more 7-ish. How much time I got? I only have about 10 minutes. If I was good enough at drawing people and characters and stuff, like without tracing them, then I think I would enjoy it a lot more. But as far as figure drawing and stuff goes, I cannot draw people from memory. I can't build the shape of a character by myself. I haven't tried in years, but that's not a skill that I was ever good at. I never learned that. I've always enjoyed technical drawing, and that translated into graffiti drawing, graffiti letters and things like that. Really need to clean some airbrushes. Yeah, so everybody's a little different. They got different styles and stuff. The sad truth is most of the shirts that I'm doing here, I mean, they're artwork, I guess, but I don't consider them me doing art. It's kind of me just being in an assembly line. Me just being a production machine doing the same thing over and over again. And it's only when I'm doing certain types of designs, graffiti type designs and things like that, that I feel like I'm actually making artwork, not just producing assembly line. What's the tip and head size of your airbrush? This is an Omni 3000. They come in one size only. I think it's a 0.5 millimeter. But I'm not actually 100% sure. That matters less than you would think it does, actually. Okay. Let's add some white highlights to this, and then I'm gonna shut down the stream. Get ready to go. Explain. Explain that it matters less than you would think. Well, the airbrush, the benefit of an airbrush is its versatility. The ability to paint very thick lines, and if you as an airbrush artist have the level of control that you would like to have, once you have it mastered and you can control the airbrush, you can paint a super duper thin line or a really thick line without changing the head size. I could pick up any airbrush, any size airbrush that's out there, and I could do my lettering with it and do fills and designs with it and whatnot. I guess what I'm getting at is a lot of people want to ask exactly what airbrush I'm using and exactly what pressure I'm using and how much I dilute my paint and all of those things all the time, which are great questions to ask, and you should have that information so you have a good starting point. But those factors aren't what make you a good airbrush artist. You just need to practice. Because I could use any setup that you've got, and yeah, I'm going to be better at some than others, but it's really not about those little details. It's just about your experience. What I'm using is a 0.5. It's right in the middle of what's common. Some Iwatas go down to 0.3. They might go smaller than that. Some t-shirt guns are 0.7, but this is right there in the middle. And you should be able to do everything with the same size nozzle. Okay. Some finishing touches to this. I'm gonna hop off of here. I've said it a couple times, I'll say it again. I got that premiere video happening in 15 minutes from now at 3:30, and we'll all watch it together, ask questions, have a little party in the comments, in the live chat type of deal. I don't know if it'll be fun or not, but I think it'll be something to try. But I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there, hopefully, and we'll have some fun together.